quadratic equation 176 onwards. We have table 181 onwards, wrong number series. Next 186 onwards, right. Next 191 onwards, Q1 Q2s. Then 196 onwards, K slate. Okay, right. So what is your first preference? 170, 171. Yes. You want me to explain these questions? Yes or no? Sure. Next, second preference. ఈ పేపర్ చేశారా చేయకుండా వచ్చారా? చేశారు కదా, చేసినప్పుడు మాట్లాడాలి కదా. ఫస్ట్ టైం ఏమన్నా చెప్తున్నాం, ఆర్డర్ గురించి కాదు కదా. నెక్స్ట్, వాట్ ఈజ్ యువర్ ప్రిఫరెన్స్? గట్టిగా. రాంగ్ నెంబర్ సిరీస్. సో స్పెండ్ 2 to 3 minutes and then finish it. Next, table. Shall I start table? 176 onwards. 4 boats PQREST are streaming in the same river, and speed of each boat in still water is different. Speed of the boat in still water, that is M, is different. Table given below shows the speed of each boat in still water. Speed of the boat in still water, yes, this is what M is given. Next, downstream distance covered by the each boat in the river. Downstream distance, this is in meters, and the time taken by each boat to cover downstream distance. So this is the time taken by it to cover distance in downstream. Okay. Now, if you look at your entire table, there are 2 variables, right? Come on, 2 variables or 1 variable? 1 variable, but the second variable is also there. What is that? Speed of the stream. If it is downstream, when they are talking about downstream, downstream speed is M plus S. M values are given, S is not given. So there is one hidden variable is there, and also X is another variable. So now if you look at all boats, every information is there for P and then R. So we need to use those two and need to get the value of X, if possible S also. Is that okay? Right. They said man speed is different, but all are moving in a same river, so stream speed must be same, right? Now this is the time taken in which stream? Then distance covered is equal to time taken into downstream speed. In that, what is speed of the man? And do you know stream speed? So let it be S. Downstream speed is equal to M plus S. This is distance covered, and they mentioned it as X plus 20. Now here also for R, stream speed is S, that is constant. Man speed is 18. Downstream becomes 18 plus S, and in that case time taken mentioned as 20, that is distance covered, which is X, right? 20 to 17 times. 17 20s, 340 plus 34. 3, 4 plus 22 S. 18 20s, 360, and then 20 S. We can replace X value with this one, right? Then it becomes, in place of X, if you keep it that, it will be 20s plus 360 plus 20 we have. That means 380 only. 380. Now what is difference here? What is difference here? If 2s is equal to 6, s is equal to, from this we got s value which is equal to 3. If you substitute that x value here in this equation, can we get x value or not? 18 plus 3, 21. 21 into 20, 4, So x value also we got, which is equal to 420. Now let's start questions. What is the average downstream distance covered by each boat? Downstream distance covered by each boat is sum of all the values only. Right. So now if you add 5 from this number 675 to 495, one value becomes 500, the other becomes 670. Both together 11. Okay, let me write 1170. Apart from this, remaining values have x values, right? X, 3x. 20 plus 280, 300. So that is 3x plus 300 only. What was x value? 420. 3 times of it. 1260 plus 600 plus 300. 15. And total value is equal to 2830. We were asked to calculate average, that is by 5, which is 576. 2730. Correct. 2730 by 5, which is equal to 546. Next. The average time taken by boats Q, R, S to cover their respective downstream distance is 20 seconds. If the average time is 20 seconds for 3 boats, then sum is equal to 20 into 3, 60 only. Which stream is that? In which stream it is taking 60 seconds? Downstream. So downstream this time in the sense the last one only. And this time is given for Q, R, S. R and S together already they mentioned it as 45. Then for Q it has take 15. Am I right? So 15 seconds it is taking to cover how much distance? In which stream? Which is equal to 495 divided by 15 only. This is equal to downstream speed. Matladali M plus S. How much is S value? We know that. So this is 44. 44 or 33? 30. From this M is equal to 30. Correct? Now we got all the values. Now let's see the question. What is the ratio of time taken by the boat Q to go downstream to that of time taken to come back? Come back in the sense onward direction downstream, return direction has to be upstream. So now you already know that downstream speed and then upstream speed. How much is downstream speed? 33. Upstream in the sense M minus S only, which is equal to 27 only. Which ratio is this? Speed ratio. And can you tell me simplified value? 11 is to 9. Then time ratio must be 9 is to 11. Next, the time taken by boat P to cover its respective distance in the downstream direction is approximately what percent of time taken by boat T to cover its respective distance in the downstream direction. So now the question is, P is approximately what percent of Q? That's what the question, correct? Come on. Yes. So now what is that they want to compare is time taken in downstream. For P it is 22 only. And apart from P, what is the other one we have? Amma? P and then T. Right. P value 22, that is already there. But time taken by T, that's what we have to calculate. Now, what is S value? 3. What is man speed in still water for boat T? 32 plus 3. So downstream speed is equal to 35. Time taken by T to cover distance x plus 280. What was x value we got? 420 plus 280? 700 meters covered with the speed 35 meter per second in downstream. So time taken by it is 20. But now the question is, we were asked to calculate T, time taken by P, which is 22, is what percent with respect to time taken by boat T? Percentage into 100. So what is your answer? 10%, exact. What is the difference between the time taken by boat R to go downstream and time taken to come back? Come back in the sense upstream. This is for boat R, and you already know that X value. How much is that? 420. Now the question is to identify time difference between upstream and downstream only. Yes or no? Which direction it takes more time, up or down? Up. Downstream time is already mentioned, which is 20, right? Matladru. So this part you don't have to calculate, which is already there. You can write it as directly 20. So now to cover 420 meters in upstream, how much time it takes? That's what you need to calculate. Minus 20 seconds is the time taken in downstream. Yes or no? How much is man speed in still water? 18. How much is stream speed? Amma? 3, right? So upstream speed is equal to 18 minus 3. 18 minus 3, how much is that? 15. How many times? 15 2 times and then 8 times. Difference is equal to 8 seconds. See, again, instead of this, you are supposed to write distance covered 420 by downstream speed, which is equal to 21. Instead of this, that value is directly mentioned in the table. Directly we can take. Next, what is the difference between speed of boat S in still water and the speed of the stream? Okay. Now, boat S speed in still water we don't know. How much is stream speed? 3. Then downstream speed is equal to S plus 3 only, which is equal to distance covered 675. How much is time taken to cover distance in downstream? 25. How much is this? 27. Then man speed in still water is equal to 24 only. Now the question is, identify the difference between speed of S and stream speed. How much is stream speed? 3, and we were asked to calculate difference, which is 21. See, here S stands for speed of the boat in still water for boat S. Right. Table is also over. Next, what is your preference? Here 186 onwards we have radar graph and then line graph. And here we have Q1, Q2s. And here we have caselet. Which one do you want to pick? Caselet? If you see caselet, let's see what information is there. Right. 4 buses A, B, C, D in a depot has different number of gents and ladies traveling. Data about only passengers. So bus A, bus B, bus C, bus D. Right. So how many buses are there? And in each bus how many are there? Who are there? So it is going to be 4 by 2 table only. Right. Can it be done easily? 4 by 2 table kadamma cheyacha. Gents and then ladies. Right. Come on. Difference between number of gents and ladies is 4. Stop. If it is simple difference, it may be A minus B or B minus C. Gents may be more or ladies may be more. We don't have any clarity. Just remember the data. Total number of passengers. See, they are talking about passengers. In the bus is given by the highest root of the equation. Right. So in the bracket they mention gents are more than ladies. Right. So now we have a clarity. Gents are more. So first of all, for this quadratic equation we have to identify root values, right? And whatever is the highest root, that is the total number of passengers. That's what we need to calculate. Come on. 176. Can I write it as 4 times of 44? Now sum is minus 48. So my combination is going to be minus 4 minus 44, then factors are plus 4 and then plus 44, highest is 44. So now here total value is equal to 44. And you also know the difference between ladies and gents is 4 and gents are more, correct? Now if you take the difference between 44 and then 4, you will get the least value which goes to ladies. How much is that? 20, difference by 2, and remaining are 24, gents are there. Clear? Understood? Continue. Number of gents and ladies are given by the root of the equation, this one, gents are more than ladies. Here also we have to find out roots of the equation, right? So now concentrate here, minus 34 and then 288. 288, is there any nearest square to that number? 289, and that is minus 1, right? So your factors are going to be 17 minus 1, 17 plus 1, 16 and 18. Is that equal to minus 34? If the combination is minus 6 minus 18, that is the combination, correct? Factors are plus 16 plus 18, and ladies and gents are equal to roots of the equation, where they said gents are more than ladies. So how many gents are there? 18. How many ladies are there? How many total are there? Just for information I am writing, okay? Next. Number of ladies are a percentage less than number of gents. So here also who are more? Gents are more. Ladies are a% less than gents, that's what the information. Number of ladies in the bus are B, where the values of a comma b are given by the roots of the equation. So there are B number of ladies, B value, and B is one of the root from these two. And here also they said A is greater than B. Out of those two roots, A is greater than B. Now come on, 600, that's what we need to write. So can we write 600 as 12 into 50? Matladali. Again, can I write 50 as 2 into 25? Matladali. Product of these two numbers is 24 and the other one 25. We have minus 49. So combination is minus 24 minus 25. Then factors are plus 24 plus 25. How much is B value then? 24. How much is A value? 25. So there are 24 female here, and which are A percentage less than gents, they said. A value 25%. So if gents are 100%, ladies are 75% only, they both will be in the ratio 4:3. So 3 parts is 24, 1 part 8, 4 parts 32. So how many gents are there? 32. Total 56. Now D value. Number of gents are 33 1/3%. Stop. 1/3 more than number of gents in bus B. Number of gents in bus B, how many are there? And with respect to 18, 1/3 more we have to calculate. What is 1/3? 6. 6 more. Who are they? Gents in D. Okay, next continue. While the number of ladies are given by the positive root, integer root of the equation. Okay, right. So now 2 into 480 we have. Can I write 480 as 12 into 40? Matladali. 2 into, already 2 we have. 480 I am going to write it as 12 into 40. 2 into 12. 24 and then 40. Product must be a negative number, so one of those two must be negative. And here we have minus 16. So combination is plus 24 minus 40. Factors are minus 24 plus 40. So now positive factor is, come on, divided by 2 undi kada inka. We have to divide this with coefficient of x square, which is equal to 20. So what is positive factor for this? 20. Who are 20? Ladies are 20. So now it is 20. Total we have 44. And there is a note. Each bus has one driver and one conductor. Both are gents. right? Every bus will have 2 more gens. So now whatever is the data given in the table, is that including driver and conductor or excluding? For that purpose, read this one. What is that? Data about only passengers. So this data is about only passengers. So in every bus, how many more people are going to be there? 2 more. Who are those 2? Driver and conductor. So whatever is the data available now with us in the table is about passengers only. Is that okay? Right. Find the difference between total number of gents and ladies in depots. Consider both only 4 buses. Yes, we have only 4 buses. We need to calculate how many gents are there and then how many ladies are there. Yes or no? 1624, 2020, 4040, 80. Okay, keep it aside. 1832, 50, 50, 24 plus 24, 48, 50, 48, 98. And we were asked to calculate difference, which is 18. Next, if the number of seats in each bus is 60, then what more passengers are required to fill all seats in all given buses? So here there must be one more data. If the total number, this word also must be there, total number of seats in each bus is 60. If they are talking about total seats, so out of this 60, can we consider driver and conductor seat or excluding those 2? Total number of seats in the bus they are talking about. So driver seat and conductor seat, are they part of this 60? Yes, they are part of the 60. So for that clarity only, we need to have extra word total. If the total number of seats in each bus is 60, how many buses we have? In out of 4 buses, how many total seats will be there? 240. And now see the question, what more passengers are required to fill all the seats in the given buses, right? So how many gents and ladies are there? Ladies and gents both together. Ladies and gents both together. 178. So if you subtract 178, and at the same time we also need to subtract driver seat and then conductor seat in every bus, right? So how many buses are there? 4. 4 into 2, 8. Apart from 178, you need to subtract 8 more, right? Can I consider it as 178 plus 84? Can I directly write 186? How many seats are left? Yes, 54 more seats we need to fill. What is the ratio of total number of gents in the buses A, B, C together and total number of ladies in B, C, D together? Gents in A, B, C, 32, 18, 50, 50, 24, మాట్లాడండి 74 by. Next, ladies in B, C, D. Ladies in B, C, D, some of these numbers only. How much is that? 60. Now, cancellation with 2, 37 and then 30. Fourth option. There was one more bus E in the depot such that the average number of passengers in all 5 buses was 46. Here they are talking about passengers, right? Average number of passengers is 46 for how many buses? 5. Then sum is equal to 2. Out of 230 in ABCD buses, already how many people are there? 178. Then remaining 52 people will be there in bus E only. Out of 52, again there will be ladies and gents, correct? Continue. Out of total passengers in bus E, how many are there in bus E? 52 passengers. 7 by 13th were gents. So now let's first calculate 1 by 13th of 52. How much is that? 4. 7 by 13 in the sense 7 into 4 only, which is 28. then remaining value 24 belongs to ladies. Find the difference between gents and ladies in bus A. Difference between both the numbers 4. Followed. If a total of 24 passengers come to the depot, so that number of gents and ladies in the depot becomes the same, then what must be the ratio? Be newly came gents and ladies. Okay, right. Already how many gents are there? 98. How many ladies are there? Total how many are there? 178. How many more people are coming? 178 plus 24. How many people are going to be there? 202. Out of those 202, they are saying number of ladies and gents both are going to be equal, right? That means 101 gents and then 101 ladies are going to be there. Am I right? That means 3 more gents and then 21 more ladies must be there. Sum of both the numbers is equal to 24. Condition satisfied, and we were asked to calculate ratio between both the numbers, that is 1:7. Followed. Caselet is also over. Now tell me, Q1 Q2s, right? If in Q1 Q2s both are two different questions, you need to hold it. But the advantage here is Q2 numbers are already directly mentioned, so we can touch. Ardhamaindi kada? Right. Sum of percentages of A and B is 2 times the percentage of P. The percentage of B is 6/7 of percentage of P. So now we have A comma B comma C 3 members. Sorry, P. B's percentage is what fractional part of P's percentage? 6/7. What is denominator? I'll start taking P as 7x. Then B becomes 6x. Now I will consider first statement. Sum of AB is 2 times the percentage of P, right? What is percentage of P? 2 times. Out of 14, 6x is already there. Then A is equal to 8x. Continue. And the age of A before 5 years, how much is that? -5 is equal to the percentage of P, that is equal to 7x. From this, x is equal to 5. This can be concluded. Find the difference between A's age after 4 years. What is percentage of A? 40. After 4 years, 44. And P's age 5 years before. What is percentage of P? 7x. 35. 5 years before, 30. And we were asked to calculate difference, right? How much is that? 14. Q2, 11. Q1 more than Q2. So even in the next question also, Q2 number is mentioned. So we can do it. The ratio of total number of students in P and Q is 5:3. The total number of students in R is 50 less than the that of school P. And ratio of number of boys and girls in P and Q is 3:2 and then 8:7 respectively, right? So now here, boys to girls in school P, how many parts we have? How many parts we have? 5 parts. So P value should be ideally 5 multiple, right? Matladali. In Q, boys and girls together, how much we have? Total parts 15. So Q also must be 15 parts. So it has to be 15 multiple, right? So now when you see the total number of students in P and Q, they simply said 5:3 only. And according to our rule, P must be 5 multiple. From the ratio, P is already 5 multiple. And from the ratio here, Q must be 15 multiple, but it is only 3 multiple. To make it 15 multiple, with what number you need to multiply? First ratio, 5 only. So now I'll start taking 5:3 as 25x and then 15x. And then we also have R, which is 50 less than people in P. That means 25x minus 50. Is that okay? Now everywhere we are going to have boys and girls. In P, they said ratio is 3:2. That means 15x and then 10x. And in Q, they said 8:7, 8x and then 7x. Is that okay? Continue. Number of girls in school R is same as that of Q. In Q, how many girls are there? Then in R also we will have 7x. Now how many boys will be there in R? Difference between both the numbers? 18x minus 50. Correct? Continue. If the ratio of total number of students in R, total number of students in R which is 25x minus 50. Ratio A is to B or A by B form. Boys in P, 15x, and the ratio mentioned it as 4:3. 3, 5 times, cancellation with 5, 5x minus 10, x goes to right hand side. That means 5x minus 10 is equal to 4x. Then x is equal to 10. Now what exactly is the question? Find the number of boys in school R. How many boys are there in school R? 18x minus 50. X is 10. 18x 180 minus 50 130. What is Q2? 130. Both are equal. So even in the next question also Q2 mentioned as a number. Volume of the sphere is 12,936 cubic centimeters more than the volume of the cone. The radius of the base of the cone and the radius of the sphere is in the ratio 2:1. And the radius of the cone is 200% more than the height of the cone. Then find the height of the cone. Right. So now we have cone and then sphere. They are talking about radius and then height. Radius of the cone and sphere are in the ratio 2:1. So I will start taking 2x and then x. Is that okay for you? Next, at the same time, radius of the cone. How much is that? 2x is 200% more than height of the cone. Then what must be the height of the cone? Be careful here. How much is the comparison they said? 200% more. If the height is 100%, radius becomes 300%. That means they are in the ratio 3:1 ratio, right? Am I right? Then here for cone radius, this value must be a multiple of 3. So what I'll do is I'll multiply it with 3. Then it becomes 6x and radius of the sphere becomes 3x. Now you know that radius and height must be in the ratio 3:1. If 3 parts is equal to 6x, 1 part is equal to 2x. At the same time they are talking about volume comparison. This 12,936 is difference between their volume. Volume of the cone. 1/3 pi r square h. R square in the sense 36x square. Height in the sense 2x. How much is product? 72x cube. Volume of the sphere 4/3 pi r cube. What is r? 3x whole cube. 27x cube. 3 how many times? 24 times. 3 how many times? 9 times. So that is going to be pi into 24x cube pi into 36x cube. 4 into 9 kada matladali. So what is the difference between both? Pi into 12x cube matladali. 22/7 into 12 into x cube, which is equal to 12,936. 11 2 times. 11 ones, 11 ones, 7 times, 6 times. Followed 12, 9 times. How much is that? 86. 116. Amma 96 simplification correct vachinda 1 8 okay 12 9 times 108 96 difference 96 in the sense 8 times 2 49 times x cube is equal to 7 into 49, that means x cube is equal to 7 cube, x is equal to 7. Now find height of the cone. How much is height of the cone? 2x. We got x is equal to 7, then 2x is equal to 14. Q1 less than Q2. Next, a bag contains certain number of green balls, certain number of blue balls and 7 red balls. We have green, blue and then red. Red balls are 7, that is clearly mentioned. Probability of choosing one green ball is 1/7 more than choosing a red ball. Denominator is always related to total only, right? Okay, keep it aside. Probability of choosing one blue ball is 9/35 more than choosing a red ball. Every case they are talking about choosing only one ball. Now you know the denominator always becomes total 7 and 35. So I will take total value as LCM of the denominators, that is equal to 35 parts. That may be 35 or 70 or 105, 35 multiple. Okay. Now come here. Choosing one red ball. If I start taking total number of balls as 35, choosing a red ball probability is 7/35 only, which is equal to 1/5. Yes or no? Come on. Now that is probability of choosing a green ball is 1/7 more than this number, 1/7 more, which is equal to 12/35. This is the probability for getting which ball? For getting green ball. So numerator belongs to green only, denominator 35 total, which is already there. So if I take 12 green balls are there, how many red balls are there? 7. Total how many balls are there so far? 19 out of 35. Remaining 16 must be blue color balls only. Just hold it. Let's see the other condition. Probability of choosing one blue ball. Getting one blue ball probability is 16 divided by 35 only. That is 9/35 more than choosing one red ball. How many red balls are there? Choosing one red ball possibility is 7/35 only, and his left hand side and right hand side values both are same. Yes, so hence these are our actual numbers only, right? Now what is the question? Find the number of blue balls in a bag. How many blue balls are there in a bag? 16. Over. X square minus 22x plus 120 is equal to 0. 120 can be written as product of 10 and 12, right? Minus 10 minus 12 is the combination, then factors are plus 10 plus 12. So for Q1 how many values are we getting? 2 values, 10 and 12. P and Q can fill a tank in 24 hours. With the help of R, the tank is filled in 13 1/3 hours. P and Q can fill a tank in 24 hours. With the help of R, they are saying, that is PQR 13 1/3, that can be written as 40/3. PQS together can fill the tank in 20 hours. PQS are open together for 10 hours. Hold a minute. PQS can fill the tank in how many hours? 20 hours. Already how much time is over? They are open for 10 hours. That means how much work is done? Then how much is remaining work? Half of the remaining work is there, correct? Continue. Then PQ are closed and R is open. PQ are closed out of PQ, yes only? Matladru. Then which tap is already opened? Yes. Along with that, which more tap is opened? That means now who are all open now? S and R. How many hours pipe R and S together will fill the remaining time? Okay, right. Now first I will go with LCM, which is equal to 120. PQ 5 hours. PQR 9 units. PQS 6 units. Between these two, who is extra we have? R. How much more we have here? That means R is equal to 4. Between these two, who is extra? Yes. And between these two, how much is more? That means S is equal to 1. Out of total work, how much work is done, you said? This is what the total work. Out of that, half is over, then remaining half is 60. This must be done by R and S, right? Both does 5. How much is this? 12. Q2 is equal to 12. Q1 10, 12. Tell me the answer. Q1 less than or equal to Q2. Over? Right, Q1, Q2s are also over. Now tell me, 186? Shall I start 186? Right. So here, this is, ma mee daggara papers unnai kada, papers lo chuskondi. Radar graph shows the total number of hats, belts, wallets in 5 different stores. So there are 5 stores. Let me write them. A, B, C, D, and then E. So here we have number of hats, belts, and then wallets. There is one more image. Let's see what it is. The given bar graph represents the average number of sold hats and belts, average number of sold wallets and belts, average number of sold hats and then wallets in the respective store. See, first radar graph is about, come on, total number. Now the line graph is about sold items. So that means everywhere you are going to have total and then sold. Difference will give you unsold also. So if you prepare like that, everywhere you will have to write 3 items. Everywhere meaning in hats, total hats, sold number of hats, unsold. Like that for belts also, and even wallets also. 3 threes, 3 threes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that you need to write 9. So instead of that, what I want to do now is, because there are 3 major things, they are hats, then belts, and then wallets. First I will write total and then sold. Total and then sold. Difference will give us that we can do that later whenever it is really required. Is that okay? Yes or no? Right. So now, number of hats, white color. Tell me white color numbers. Come on. 200, then 240, 300, 230, 170. Yes or no? Repeat numbers. 200, 240, 300, 230, and then 170. Right. Next is belts. They are in green color. Come on, tell me green color numbers. 240, then 210, then 150, next 270, next 180. Next belts, red color. red color, 220, next, 250, next, 200, again 220, and then 210. Total values are there. Now come here. So here 170, what is 170? Average number of hats and belts. Hat and belt average. I am just writing for the sake of your understanding purpose. Then we have average between wallet and belt. Then finally we have average between hats and wallets. So now suppose if I want to calculate how many hats were sold, assume these are three equations. Assume these are three equations. If I want to calculate number of hats sold, hat is there in first one and then also last one. If you add both, in the numerator you are going to have 2h plus belt plus wallet by 2, correct? From that the extra one, if it is subtracted, this gets cancelled. Then finally how much is left? H is left. Finally how much is left? H is left. So whenever you want to calculate number of hats, identify H is in which equation, first and then last, and the extra one is second one. If that is subtracted, you will get number of hats. Suppose if you want to calculate number of belts, what is that you need to do? First plus second minus third one will give you belts, and then last one wallet. Second and third minus first. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to convert into total. Nothing is required. Just simply use this. Now let's fill the data. Right. Here I want to calculate number of hats. Hats is there in first one and last one, and then second must be subtracted. Antena 170, 160 must be added. From then you need to subtract 180. First I will subtract 170 from 170. 10 I will subtract from 160. How much is left? 150 hats were sold. Are you guys following? Next, for B, identify the same. First plus last minus second. So how much you need to subtract? How much you need to subtract? See, you are literally testing my patience. There are people. I'll directly ask you. Boys, red shirt, chokka chusko nu kadu ikkada nee venaka. Yes, third bench. What is that we need to subtract? Second one, how much? 170. Subtract it from both. From 180 I will subtract 170, that is 10, and then 150. Both together 160. Yes? Nanna, nu kuda raskuntunavu chudu. Yes. 110 must be subtracted from 140. How much is left? 30. 30 added to 150, 180. Next, 170 I will subtract from 170. Left over 180. Next, 130 I will subtract it from 120. Still I need to subtract 10 more. That I will subtract it from 90. Left over 80. Next, what do you want to calculate? Belts. Where is belt? Do we have belt in first one? Yes. Do we have belt in second one? Yes. So first and second both must be added and third must be subtracted, correct? Yes. How much is third value? 160. I will subtract it from 170. 10 is left. 10 plus 180? 190. Next. 180 subtracted from 170. Still you need to subtract 10 more. 140. Next. 100. Next. 180. Next. 100. Now wallets. Wallets are there in second and third, right? So first must be subtracted from the other one. How much is that? 170. Next. 200. Next. 120. Next. 160. Next. 160. So now we have total number of hats, wallets, and then belts sold. At the same time total number also. Total number unnai, sold items unnai. Correct? Right. Now we can start. In store F, total number of hats is 45% more than total number of hats in store A. Are they talking about sold items or total? Total. Store A, number of hats. Store A, number of hats. How many are there? 200. Now it is 45% more, they say. 90 more, which is 290. Next. The cost price of hat in store F is 80 rupees. Each one costed 80. 60% of the total hats in store F are sold at a profit of 20%. Now you know that total we have 290. 60%, 10% into 6. What is 10%? 29 6 times we need to take. I will take 29 as 30 minus 1. 30 into 6, 180. 1 into 6, 6. 174. These were sold at a profit of 20%. What is cost price? 80. 20% profit? 16. Selling price? 96. 174 items were sold at each 96 rupees. Next. Remaining hats. Remaining in the sense difference between both the numbers, which is equal to 116. These many number of hats were sold at a loss of 30%. Cost price is 80. 30% loss, 24. 24 subtracted, 56 rupees. Then what is the amount received by store F for selling all the hats? Right. Can you verify last digit verification? All the options are having zeros. You have to calculate. There is no other way. Yes or no? Now the other condition what I can do is it 8 multiple? Is it 8 multiple? See, your cost price is 80, which is 8 multiple. We are subtracting 30%, increasing 20%. That is 8 multiple. Sum is also 8 multiple. 8 multiplication in the sense verifying last 2 digits or 3 digits. Right. Can it be first option? Yes. Can it be second option? Can it be third option? Can it be fourth option? Can it be fifth option? Nothing can be done now. One is 24,200, the other is 23,200. Now some of you may think about 24,200. What is this? 24,200, what is that? 11 multiple. Yes or no? Do we have 174? Is it 11 multiple? Is 96 11 multiple? So product of first number, can that be 11 multiple? No. Is it 11 multiple? Is it 11 multiple? So product, is that 11 multiple? Sum of both the numbers, can it be 11 multiple? Yes. It can be 11 multiple. I'll tell you. I'll just take 15. Number 15, is it 11 multiple? I'll take 7. Is it 11 multiple? If you take sum, how much you get? Is it 11 multiple? Yes, that can be. If we have both 11 multiples, then you can conclude answer is 11 multiple for sure. Ardhamavutunda? One is 11 multiple, the other is not 11 multiple. You take either sum or difference. Can it be 11 multiple? Matladali. No. Both the numbers are not multiples of 11. Can you decide anything? No. You cannot decide anything. Not only for this, anywhere it applies. Ardhamavutunda? Rendu 5 multiples unnai. Sum 5 multiple, difference 5 multiple. ఒకటి 5 multiple, రెండోది 5 multiple కాదు. Whether you take sum or difference, it cannot be 5 multiple. If both are not 5 multiples, sum can be 11 multiple or it cannot be 11 multiple. You cannot decide anything. Okay na? So now on that basis, out of these two, you cannot decide anything. Either you or me will have to solve and answer the question. 3 multiple ekkadundamma? This is 3 multiple, agreed? Amma? Is 242 3 multiple? Is 232 3 multiple? Can you decide anything? We cannot decide, right? You are saying 96 is 3 multiple, agreed, this is 3 multiple, but this is not 3 multiple. Answer cannot be 3 multiple. Both options are there. First option is not 3 multiple. Even the third or fourth option is also not 3 multiple. We cannot eliminate anything. We have to answer it. Yes, manual calculation cheyalsinde tappadu. Right. So these questions are simple. Respect to ratio adugutunnaru. Can you solve or you want me to explain? Only first question maatrame koncham calculative ga undi. Remaining questions are so simple. You want me to answer? Sure? Can I skip? So quant questions are from 161 onwards. Right. A cuboid of length x plus 16, breadth 16 and height x centimeters is cut horizontally such that the volume of one of the cuboid formed, be careful here, one of the cuboid formed after cutting becomes 70% of the original cuboid. See, assume that this is your cuboid. Okay? Now this is cut into two pieces. Horizontally they are saying. Right. So this is what the cut. This is first part and this is second part. Is that okay? Now according to the condition they are saying one of the cut volume is 30% of the original volume. So you can say this may be 30% and bottom may be 70%, or vice versa also. Ardhamainda? First one may be 70%, second may be 30%. You never know it. Is that clear? Next, find the cost of painting the total surface area of original cuboid at half paisa per square centimeter. The volume of the smaller cuboid formed after cutting is 2937.6. Now here we have a clarity. You are giving volume. Volume of which cuboid? Smaller cuboid. Our total cuboid is made into two pieces. You know that one is 30%, the other is 70% volume. This is volume for which one? Smaller. That means 30% of the volume is this much, right? Now to calculate total volume, I'll do like this. 2937.6 is equal to 30% of the volume. To calculate total volume, I'll write it into 100. Is that okay? 0, 0 gets cancelled. 0 and decimal I can cancel. Now cancellation with 3. Come on, tell me. 9, 7, 9, 2. This is total volume only. Matladali. Now total volume in the sense length into breadth into height only. Length is x plus 16, breadth is 16, height is x. 16, 6 times 96, 1 and then 2, 612 we have. That should be written as x into x plus 16, correct? Matladali. If you concentrate on right hand side, that you have x square plus 16x only. Matladandi. X square plus 16x in the sense x value is going to be less than under root of this fellow. మాట్లాడరు. Is it a 9 multiple? Come on. So one of these two numbers must be 9 multiple only. Let me start taking x is equal to 9. If this is 9, 9 plus 16, 20 for 9 times, our number is much more than that. Yes or no? So now what I'll do, x value instead of 9, I'll start taking 18. And this becomes 18 plus 16, 34 into 18. 34 into 18. Let's see. Can I write this number as 20 times minus 2 times? First last digit verification I did. 4 into 8, 32 satisfied. Let me do it further. 20 times is 680. Matladali. Minus 2 times is total value 612. Satisfied or not? So what is x value? Matladali. So now when you get x is equal to 18. Finally, what is that you want to paint? Total surface area of the cuboid, right? Top, bottom, left, right, front, back, correct? This is BH, this is LH, this is L into B. Like that we have 2 times. So that I'll write it as 2 times of LB, BH, LH. Length, how much is length? 34. 34 into 16, BH, 16 into 18 plus 34 into 18. This is what? Total surface area. And the costing they said half a paisa, 0.5. Can we write it as 1 by 2? Half and 2 gets cancelled. Matladandi. 34 is here, 34 is here. Can I take common in those two numbers? 16 and 18. 16 plus 18. Again 34. Matladandi. So that is 34 square, right? Can I write that as 2 square into 17 square? 34 square, 2 square into 17 square, correct? Apart from that, this is what you need to add. That is 17 square minus 1 only. Already how many 17 squares are there? 4. Plus 1 more is coming. And then minus 1. Antena 17 square enta 289 ఎన్ని టైమ్స్ ఉంది అంటే దేంతో ఎండ్ అవుతుంది 5 minus 1 కూడా ఉందా అంటే దేంతో ఎండ్ అవుతుంది go to options 1444. Otherwise, instead of this, what simply you can do is, after writing this, when 2 gets cancelled, start writing last digits. When you look at options, all are ending with different numbers. 6 into 4 ends with, 6 into 8 ends with, 4 into 8 ends with, answer ends with. That's it. An express train covers a distance of 537 kilometers in 3 intervals at an average speed of 22 km per hour, 30 km per hour, 50 km per hour. Suppose the express train takes 2 hours, 2.5 hours to cover the second and third interval. Second interval and then third interval. Second interval speed 30. How much time is it spending? 2 hours. So how much is distance covered? 60. Next third interval speed is 50. Time spent is 2.5. Total distance covered is 120. So this is the distance covered in second interval and third interval. To calculate distance covered in first interval, this must be subtracted from 537 only. Right, let's calculate. How much is this value? 185. Instead of 185, you subtract 200, add 15 later. Subtract 200, add 15 later. 352. Now what exactly is the question? Now the question is, then what is the time taken to cover the first interval? Distance covered in first interval is 352 kilometers, and with what speed? 20. Last digit verification. Answer must end with either 1 or 6. Followed. Had we add 12 to the numerator of the fraction and increase denominator of the fraction by 90%, then both becomes equal. Because there is equal condition, I am first writing that. Numerator I am taking it as x. 12 is added to numerator. And then increase the denominator by 90%, then it becomes 190%. 90 by 10 of y. Is this okay? And when numerator is increased by 200%, if it increases by 200%, it becomes 300%. So that becomes 3x. And denominator increased by 11, then both becomes equal. And then denominator is y, that is increased by 11. Yes or no? Right. What is 1/7 of the fraction? Okay. So now what I'll do is, I'll concentrate. See, after this we have two options, two ways to do it. Two equations, two variables, do something and then get the answer. But what I'll concentrate is 19 by 10 into y. What is denominator there? 10. Then y must be 10 multiple. Matladali. I'll start taking y is equal to 10. Let's see. 10 gets cancelled. Right hand side, how much is the value? Left hand side, how much is the value? 12. Then x must be? If x is equal to 7. Let's see the second equation gets satisfied or not. Left hand side 3x 21. Right hand side 10 plus 11 21. Satisfied? Yes. So our original fraction is? Matladandi. X is equal to 7. Original fraction is 7 by 10. What will be the 1/7 of the fraction? The question is about 1/7 of the fraction. 7 gets cancelled. Answer 1 by 10. Over 164. A vessel contains 240 liters of mixture of milk and water in the ratio 3:5 respectively. Some mixture is taken out from the vessel and is replaced completely by vinegar. Whatever is taken out, the same is added. Avuna. The ratio of milk, water, vinegar in resulting mixture is 3, 5, 8 respectively. What is the quantity of mixture of milk and water taken out from the vessel is what percent of the initial quantity of water? Okay. Now in both cases total quantity must be same, right? In first ratio how many parts we have? In second ratio 16. In both cases it has to be same, right? So first ratio we have 8 parts, so I will multiply it with 2 so that we will get 16. Is that okay? Milk and then water becomes 6 and then 10. Then vinegar is added. Whatever is quantity taken, same quantity of vinegar is added. Now we have 3 parts of milk, 5 parts of water, 8 parts of vinegar. Again total is 16. Condition satisfied. Yes or no? Now the question is quantity of mixture of milk and water taken out from the vessel. Initially how many parts are there? Now how many parts are there? How much quantity is taken out? So the vinegar in the container is equal to quantity of mixture of milk and water taken out from the container. Vinegar ఎంతైతే ఇప్పుడు మనకు వచ్చిందో ఇంతకు ముందు మిక్సర్ లో మిల్క్ వాటర్ అంతే కదా తీసేసింది, రైట్? సో హౌ మచ్ క్వాంటిటీ ఇస్ టేకెన్ అవుట్? 8 is what percent of initial quantity of water? Is what percent of initial quantity of water? How much water we have? Initial case 10 parts. And this is what the percentage we were asked to calculate. How much is that? 80%. Done. The ratio of cost price of two items is 12:11. Item A and item B are marked up 25%, 9.09. Can I write it as 9 1 by 11%, which is equal to 1 by 11 fraction, their respective cost prices. So now I am writing cost prices here, then I will write market prices, which is 12 parts and this is 11 parts. First one marked up by 25%, right? Come on, 25% of 12 parts, 3 parts more, 15 parts, and then 1/11 more upon 11 parts, 1 part. How much is that? 12 parts. These are market prices. Next, if the ratio of discount percentages allowed on item A to B is 2:1, discounts ratio is mentioned 2:1. Ardhamainda? So that may be 2%, 1%, 4%, 2%, 6%, 3%, anything it can be. Total profit made on both items is 862 by 3%. Then find the difference between discount percentages allowed on item A and item B. Okay. Now, how much is total cost price? Matladandi. 23 parts. Finally, by selling both the items after discount, what is made? Profit or loss? Total profit they are saying, right? Matladandi. That means that percentage calculation should be on total cost price only, right? 86 by 23% conversion I am going with. 8 into 23. 820 is 160, 83 is 24. 1 plus 6. So 190 divided by 23, percentage in the sense 1% value. Matladandi. 1% value upon 23 parts is 0.23 only. Matladru. Otherwise 23 by 100 also you can write. 190 by 100, that means 1.9. If 1.9 parts profit is made, then we are selling it at 24.9 parts. Yes. Yes. Now, upon this discount offered is 2x%. Upon this discount offered is x%. And we need to find out the difference between those discount percentages. Agreed or not? If you use again one more statement, it takes a lot of time. So for that, what I'll do is, I'll go with options. I don't tie with first option. Just observe. If you see options, minimum is 5, maximum is 15. Right? Between all those, I'll start with 10%. Now I'll also verify how much is my total market price here. 27 parts. I know that discounts ratio is 2x comma x percentage. But now I'll start taking, I want to know whether my answer is more than 10 or less than 10. So for that purpose, what I am doing is, I will assume this value is 10%. 2:1 ratio, right? Smaller ratio is 10%. Then this will be 20%, right? Sum of both the discounts offered will be definitely more than 10% only. If the least value, if I am starting with 10%, both together it will be more than 10% only. Matladandi. What is 10% of this? 2.7. If you subtract 2.7, you have to sell it at 24 point something. Matladru. 2.7 ఇందులో నుంచి సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేస్తే మనకి ఎంత కమ్మాలి? 24.3. But here we have more than that, right? Come on. So can the answer be more than 10% or less than 10%? Huh? More than 10 or less than 10? Amma 10% istene manaki inka ekku vachindi kada. Yes or no? And then it has to be 20% you are supposed to calculate. Avuna kada? So should the answer be more than 10 or less than 10? Gettiga. More or less? ఏమండి కామన్ సెన్స్ ఉండాలి కదా మోర్ అని చెప్పటానికి. ఇందులో 10% అంటే ఎంత? ఇది 10% అయితే ఇది 20% కదా. దానిలో 20% అంటే ఎంత? 3 అన్న 1.2 అంటే 4.2 కదా. ఇందులో నుంచి 4.2 తీసేస్తే ఎంత వస్తుంది? 22 పాయింట్ సంథింగ్. కానీ అక్కడ ఎంత ఉంది? 24 పాయింట్ సంథింగ్. సో ఆన్సర్ మస్ట్ బి మోర్ దెన్ 10 ఆర్ లెస్ దెన్ 10. కమాన్, ఊరికే వచ్చి క్లాసులో కూర్చోవటం కాదండి, కొంచెం ఆలోచించి చెప్పాలి. ఏమన్నా చిన్నపిల్లలు అట్లా మెయిన్స్ ఎగ్జామ్ ఊరికే వచ్చి అట్లా చూస్తూ ఉంటాను వచ్చేస్తాయి అంటే రావు, చెయ్యాలి, మీరు ఆలోచించాలి. సో ఆన్సర్ మస్ట్ బి either 8 or 5. Yes? So now I'll assume ratio is 2:1. Difference is 1 part. That is a smaller one. Correct? Out of 8 and 5, I'll pick 5 because that is easy to calculate. What is 5% of this number? 0.6. If that is 5%, on this we need to calculate 10% only. 10% in the sense 1.5. Both discounts together, that must be 2.1. If 2.1 parts is subtracted from 27 parts, will you get 24.9 parts or not? Fifth option is final answer. There are two bags A and B, contains two different color balls, that is blue and yellow. Bag A contains 4 blue and then 7 yellow. Blue and then yellow. 4 blue and then 7 yellow. Bag B contains 8 blue and then 9 yellow. Your bag is chosen randomly and 2 balls are drawn from it randomly. What is the probability that at least one yellow ball must be there? At least one yellow. If you have at least one condition, how do you do? 1 minus probability of no yellow? Yes or no? Right. So first of all, you need to select bag. How many bags are there? Probability of getting one bag is 1/2. So that may be first bag or the second bag. Antena? Right. I am assuming it as first bag. After that, I'll assume it as second bag. Is that okay? Right. Getting at least one yellow is 1 minus probability of getting no yellow. In bag A, total how many balls are there? How many are there? Bag A, how many are there? How many you need to pick? 11 C2. And it cannot be yellow. Out of 4, if you get any 2, that won't be yellow. 1 minus probability of no yellow is at least 1. And even the second case, second bag. In second bag total how many balls are there? 1 minus 17 C2. It cannot be yellow. So I'll pick 2 balls from blue. 8 C2. You have to expand it. This is to select the bag. And then this is for at least one yellow. You need to expand this. I think you will get second option. PQR work alternate days. First day starts with P, second day Q, and next day R. Whole work completed in 15 days. The same work is completed when P worked for 7 days, Q worked for 10 days. Same work is completed when P worked for 9 days and R worked for 5 days respectively. What is the time taken by Q and R together to complete the work? Right. So now I am assuming work efficiencies of P, Q, R as P, Q, R. Do remember I am taking efficiencies of P, Q, R. First day P worked, second day Q, and then third day R. Like that, how many days they completed the work? Out of 15 days, P worked for how many days? 5. Q 5. R 5. Is that okay? That means 5P, 5 days of P's work, 5 into P efficiency plus 5Q plus 5R. This is total work. Agreed? Agreed? Continue. The same work is done by P in 7 days. 7 days of P. Q worked for 10 days and 10 days of Q. They completed the work. That is also total work. Same work is completed by P working for 9 days, R working for 5 days. Same work is completed by P in 9 days and R for 5 days. Now the question is to identify Q and R together can complete the work in how many days? Ardhamainda? Yes or no? This is to complete one work or two works? One work only? Yes or no? This is also to complete one work. This is also to complete one work. Now what I'll do is, I'll take sum of these two. That means how many works we have? I'll take 2 times of this. The reason is, when I concentrated on Q work here, how much is Q? How much is Q? Do you have Q here? That means if I add both, how much Q we have? We are getting 10Q. So here also if I get 10Q, both can be cancelled. So now I will get equation only in P and R. I want to cancel one of those guys out of P, Q, R. Ardhamautunda? Right. For that purpose only I am taking like this. So twice the work can be completed by them in 10P, 10Q and 10R days. Twice the work in the sense I can also add their efficiencies. So which is equal to, come on, 16P, 10Q and then 5R. This is what I want. For that purpose only I am taking. Is that okay for you? From this 6P is equal to 5R. From this P by R is equal to? That means P is to R is equal to 5 is to 6. What ratio is this? Efficiency ratio. Now I will go and substitute in one of those two equations. We can get Q efficiency also. Matladandi. Now look at this. Now I am assuming this. 7P in the sense 7 into 5, 35 plus 10Q. 9P in the sense 9 into 5, 5R in the sense 30. 10Q is equal to 40, then Q is equal to 4. Now we are getting P, Q, R efficiency ratio 5 is to 4 is to 6. Correct? Matladandi. Can I treat this underlined word, circle, highlighted word as total work? Already we calculated, right? That is total work. So how much is total work? 75. Now this must be done with Q and R, where Q and R efficiency is 75 by 10, which is equal to 7.5 days. Over? Over or not? The ratio between, after this I'll close. Annual ratio between annual incomes of AB is 14:11. Annual expenditure is 1,32,000. If the ratio of annual savings of A and B is 5:4 and the annual expenditure of B is 20,000 less than that of A, what is the difference between annual savings of A comma B? Right. So now income, expenditure and then savings. income ratio mentioned as 14:11. Total expenditure is 1,32,000 and B's expenditure is 20,000 less than that of A, correct? So from the total first I will hide 20,000. How much is that? 1,12,000. 1,12,000 I will equally distribute, then A gets 56,000, B gets 56,000 and A should get 20,000 more. That means 76,000. Srinivas garu paiki rammanamma. Paiki rammanu. Now, savings ratio mentioned as 5:4. I'll write it as 5 parts and then 4 parts. Now the question is to identify difference between annual savings. That means one part value we need to calculate, correct? Now there are two ways to solve this question. Now, for first person, income in the sense 76,000 plus 5 parts only. For the second person, B, income is equal to 56,000 plus 4 parts only. This is income ratio, which is 14/11. Go for cross multiplication. Can you get P value or not? This is one way, right? The other way is sum of these two numbers must be 11x, right? Maatladandi. 11x must be a multiple of 11, correct? Now in options we were given one part value. Yes. Already how many thousands are here? 56,000. If one part is equal to 24,000, to this number 56,000, how many parts you need to add? Income రావాలి అని అంటే ఎక్స్పెండిచర్ కి ఏం యాడ్ చేయాలండి? అక్కడ సేవింగ్స్ ఎంత అంటే మీరు 4 పార్ట్స్ కదా ఎవ్రీ టైం యాడ్ చేయాల్సింది. ఆప్షన్ లో 4 పార్ట్స్ ఇచ్చారా, 1 పార్ట్ ఇచ్చారా, 2 పార్ట్స్ ఇచ్చారా? 1 పార్ట్. అంటే ఆప్షన్ లో ఉన్న థౌజండ్స్ కి 4 టైమ్స్ గనక 56,000 కి యాడ్ చేస్తే అది 11 మల్టిపుల్ అవ్వాలి, అవునా కాదా? రైట్, అదే చెక్ చేద్దాము, ఒకసారి చెక్ చేసుకోండి. రైట్, నౌ హియర్ see every time I am not considering 3 zeros. Even 56,000 also I am treating it as 56. Are you following my thing? Right. What is one part? 24. 4 times. If you add both, that is 152 only. Is it 11 multiple? Eliminate. So number 56. 4 times of 36. If you add 144, that becomes 200 only. Is it 11 multiple? Eliminate. To the number 56, we need to add 4 times of 50. That is 256. Is it 11 multiple? No. To the number 56, we need to add 4 times of it. 68 double, 136 double, 272. If you add both, that is equal to 328. Is it 11 multiple? Come on. It has to be your final answer. You don't have to verify it. To the number 56, when you add 4 times of this number, that is equal to 208, which is equal to 264. Over. Right, I will stop here, it's already too late.